Dear students, I hope you read the notes very carefully. Let's discuss the notes. There are two terms given in the list of or table of the radicals, and you know well that we use the term either ion or radical for them, and we understand them to be same. Of course they are same or at least very similar, yet if we have to define them, there is a little difference in the definition. So let's discuss the definition of the ion and radical. An ion is defined as an atom or a group of atom or a molecule with charge due to the loss or gain of one or more electron from it. To understand it, let's take example of sodium ion. Sodium ion is formed by transfer of one electron from it. It means sodium atom gives one electron to some other atom, and in the process it gets positive charge and becomes sodium ion. To understand it better, you understand like this, that you know what is the atomic number of sodium. Atomic number of sodium is 11. And what the meaning of atomic number of sodium to be 11? That it has 11 protons. Now if it has 11 protons, then it is obvious that as it is atom and atoms are neutral, so it will have 11 electron as well. Atoms are neutral only because of the balance of number of proton and number of electron. 11 unit positive charge, 11 unit negative charge, that's why sodium atom is neutral. Now when it gives one electron, then what happens? Protons will remain unchanged, that is 11 protons, but now it has only 10 electrons. So charge of 10 electron is cancelled by charge of 11 proton, and charge of 1 proton, that is 1 unit charge, comes on the atom, and now atom becomes charged. And as atom is charged but atoms are not charged, that's why it is no more sodium atom, but it has become sodium ion. Ions are formed, as we discussed, by giving or taking of electrons. So let's have an example of taking of electron. Here is chlorine atom. Chlorine atom gets one electron from whom? From any other atom in the process of becoming a molecule. So chlorine gets one electron from some other atom, and in the process it becomes chloride ion. For example, see, chlorine atom's valency atomic number as well, you know. What is its atomic number? 17, correct. It means it has 17 proton, because atomic number means number of protons. And as chlorine is atom, it means it is neutral. As it is neutral, so it will have the same number of electron as proton. It means 17 electron. Now it got one more electron from some other elements. So now the imbalance of number of proton electron has taken place, because now it is having 17 proton but not 17 and 18 electrons. Now charge of 17 proton is cancelled by charge of 17 electron. Charge of 1 electron is extra, that is 1 unit negative charge that comes on the atom. So chlorine is no more atom but chloride ion. So atoms the ions can be said to be charged atom, means when an atom lose or gain electron, then it becomes ion. When it lose electron, it becomes positively charged ion. When it gains electron, it becomes negatively charged ion. And how much charge will come? As many electrons are given or taken. Sodium has given 1 electron, therefore 1 unit positive charge. If some element gives 2 electrons like magnesium, then it will gain 2 unit positive charge. Similarly, chlorine has gained 1 electron, that's why it got 1 unit negative charge. If it gets 2 electrons, then it will get 2 unit positive charge, 2 unit negative charge, like oxygen atom. Oxygen atom gains 2 electrons during chemical reaction, and then it becomes oxide ion with 2 unit negative charge. Now let's come to radical. Radicals are defined as an atom of an element or a group of atom of different element that behave as a single unit with positive or negative charge. For example, ammonia. Though both atom and ion are same, yet mostly we use ion term for monoatomic radicals, whereas radical term is mostly used for polyatomic like ammonia. I hope you understand meaning of polyatomic. Sodium is monoatomic ion that is made up of only one atom. Ammonium is polyatomic ion or radical because it is made up of 1 of sodium, 1 of nitrogen and 4 of hydrogen, together 5 atoms. Okay children, as we have seen in the tables that positively charged ion or radicals are also said to be basic radical. And children, for your information, they are also said to be cation. Similarly, negatively charged radicals or ions are also called acidic radicals and they are also called anions. Sometimes you people get confused between basic and acidic, like positively charged one are basic or acidic. Similarly, positively charged ions are called cation or anion. For not getting confused, you can write them in a series like this and learn their first initial, like P, C, B. See, these are initial of your 3 science subject as well: physics, chemistry, biology. So you can learn the 3. PCB. PCB means positive, basic and cation. So you can not get confused if you learn that they are related to PCB. Positively charged ion or radical are called basic radical and they are also called cation. Similarly, you can use first initial of negative, acidic and anion, then it becomes NAA. You can think it to be a big na. No. We say in English, in Hindi we say na. So it is a big na. NAA. N for negative, A for acidic and another A for anion. If you learn this way, you will never get confused that negatively charged ions are called anion or cation, or they are called acidic or basic, because it is PCB and it is NAA. Okay, children, for it is a matter of fact to realize that most of metallic ions, and only one exception, ammonium ion, are positively charged. So if an ion is made of a metal atom, it means it should be positively charged ion or basic radical. If you get confused whether it was having 1 unit positive charge or negative charge, then you should not get confused if you remember that metallic ions, with only exception of ammonium ion, which is made up of 5 atoms of non-metals, except this ammonium ions exception, all the metallic ions are only positively charged ion or radical. Whereas most of non-metallic ions and group of non-metallic atoms carry negative charge and they are acidic or negatively charged radical, like see, single atom negative radical, chloride, and polyatomic radical like NO3 made of 4 atoms, NO3 1 minus, or sulfate SO4 2 minus made of 5 atoms again, this one made up of 4 atoms. So when non-metallic atoms, non-metallic ion or group of non-metallic atoms ion are mostly negatively charged or acidic. So when you get confused about the nature of the charge on any of the radical, then remember positive charge will be on metallic ion with the only exception of ammonium ion, whereas non-metallic ions are negatively charged. Children, I advise you to learn radicals in your book. As you have seen, they are given under 2 categories: basic as radicals and acidic radicals, or positively charged radicals or negatively charged radicals. But I advise you to classify them into these categories: monovalent cations, that is cations or positively charged ions with monovalent means single valency. Which are monovalent cation example? Example is Na1 plus, Na1 plus, H1 plus, K1 plus, they are monovalent. Bivalent cations like Mg2 plus. Trivalent cations, example Al3 plus. And tetravalent cations like platinum, Pt4 plus. Similarly, negative radicals can also be classified into 3 categories: monovalent anions, bivalent anions, trivalent anions. Monovalent means with valency 1, bivalent means with valency 2, trivalent means with valency 3. and valency is same as amount of charge. So look here, I made here two tables, one for monovalent cations, one for monovalent anions. In the same way, for learning, you can even draw like this on the diagram page of your notes copy. Separate why there are four categories in cations, because in your book there are some examples of cations with 4 valency as well. No example with 4 valency of anion is given. So 4 for cations and 3 for anions. And please learn them in such a way that you remember that these many, like look here, how many? Hydrogen ion, sodium ion, potassium ion, silver ion. Silver here is called argentus, cuprous, ammonium and mercurous ion. These ions together, how many? 7 are monovalent. So if you somehow either arrange them in a particular way or somehow you remember that these group of radicals are monovalent, then we'll never get confused that whether silver's valency in argentus is 1 or 2 or potassium valency is 1 or 2. So this is a suggestion for not forgetting and not getting confused about valency or charge of different radicals. In the same way, all the monovalent anions in one group. So that if you remember their base formula, like you remember that hydroxide is OH, then you are not confused that it is -1 or -2. Because you should remember while learning that these many were in one group and all these were of monovalent, means one valency. And as you know that valency is same as amount of charge. If there is 1 unit negative charge, then valency is 1. So one more interesting thing, children, to remember that all the monoatomic anions means negative radical or ion with single atom, their name is changed by adding IDE in their last. Like chlorine becomes chloride, bromine becomes bromide, iodine becomes iodide, hydrogen becomes hydride. So even oxygen, not monovalent but single atom, I meant to say, when single atom, oxygen becomes oxide, sulfur becomes sulfide. So all the negative radicals with single atom, their name changes by adding IDE in the name of the element. Nitrogen becomes nitride, sulfur sulfide, oxygen oxide, hydrogen hydride. So this is a common term. IDE means suffix that is added to the names of the element if they are monoatomic radical. Monoatomic radical and anion as well, means having negative charge, because monoatomic cations have no change in their name. Hydrogen atom will become hydrogen ion, sodium as sodium ion, potassium, means there is no change in their name. That's all for now.